You see it, you know what it is. My marauders, my lads. Versus this nonsense. Medusa, some Dark Elves. We got 4 Forsaken, the usual 5 Marauders this time. Doom Knights, Knights of Immolation specifically, with their Searing Bombardment, and Sartorial. Sarthorio. Not an option I usually pick. Not a chicken of Zeech. Chariots, Malekith, which is very strange. Doombolt, so I need to be careful. Looks like 3 Bleak Swords, a Dread Spear, and a Medusa. And that should be it. Doombolt, win the whole shebang. Someone has a hard-on for Malekith. Oh yeah, and some Blackheart Crusaders hiding in the bushes. So yeah, here on the ladder, I've been playing the ladder a lot, trying to test out my metal. You never know what degeneracy you find here. And I want to see the worst of the worst. I came across some disgusting stuff. I came across players that want to play ogres, and I said no. I would like to keep my sanity. Alright, quick fast forward. Summoning Doomfire Warlocks. I don't know if I like Doomfire Warlocks in this matchup, but I think he just wants to go for the Doombolt degeneracy, which I don't blame him. But if he's doing that shit, then he won't have too many Soul Stealers, I want to say, maybe? I could be wrong. Scourge Runner Chariots. I'm just glad it's not 4. I already dealt with Danny's 4 Scourge Runner nonsense, and I don't want to deal with it here. So I'm just gonna shoo them away. I'm not gonna kill them by any means. No, I'm not gonna be able to catch them because kiting is just dumb. So I'm just gonna push, push, push. Don't even try to interact with them. Just heal back up and then push them away. Don't even try to kill them. Here's our big winner right here, the Soul of Damnation. Hell Cannon. Gonna do Hell Cannon things, which is destroy his frontline. If we can do that, we should be good. The one Dread Spear is the only thing that really scares me. Not really. Kaboom! In this Soul of Damnation, with 40 ammunition, I should be able to pretty much deal with most, if not everything, and then just shove him out. Even his chariot should be able to go away. He's gonna have to either get a Bolt Thrower or send in Malekith. And if you send in Malekith, Malekith's gonna die. He doesn't send in Malekith, so he knows better, so he's probably saving him for a Bolt Thrower. We start hitting his chariots though, because eventually we're gonna rock the shit out of him. It's 4 units, probably with 1000 HP, but it does like 400 a hit, so we'll see. And backed up by knights, yeah, should work. Summons in the Bolt Throwers. The problem with the Bolt Throwers is they have 350 range, and I got 420, I want to say, 420, 440, somewhere in that range, somewhere between 420 and 450. Trying to hit the Medusa now. Probably should just stick to the chariots so I can make sure Sartorial and these lads stay alive. Get to hit him with the Rock of Inevitability. And then he's going to hit me with Soul Stealer so we can keep him alive. Even though we're beating the shit out of him. Doom Knights are really good. I did not give them the respect that they deserve. Yeah, surprisingly, Doom Knights actually beat Skull Crushers and Rot Knights. Simply because Doom Knights are aerial and get their charge off before any of the other two. Although in a prolonged combat they'll lose, but in testing, nothing's perfect. In actual playing, that's where the money's at. That's where things matter. Tries to Doom Bolt me. I missed most of it, thank goodness. Seeing as how I was in the air. If I was on the ground, most of the splash damage would have just killed me. Doing Final Trans on top of the Medusa. I think he thought it was on Malekith. Looks like he Doom Bolts his own unit while he's trying to hit the Doom Knights. There's a lot of Doom going around. Doomfire Warlocks trading down to my lads, and I really should be moving on the point with the rest of my units. They need some support, and I think I'm going to realize that soon. They should have been here like a minute ago, once I started taking on most of this stuff. Yeah, because there's no reason I shouldn't be on the point, and here we come. Here we go. That's just a lapse of my micro. Brings in a War Hydra, so that thing's pretty much going to be useless. War Hydra has a lot of HP, regeneration, fire weakness, but it's also got a Dragon Breath, if you want to call it that. Reaper Bolt Throwers are pretty much useless here. I'm able to just hone in on them and get rid of them before they can actually take out my Hell Cannon. Thank goodness. Otherwise, I'd be in deep shit. But yeah, the Hydra is just donkey balls. It just does not do enough or anything, really. Oh, there's only one Bolt Thrower left. Cool. We can start targeting other things now because it's pretty much done. Like annoying chariots and the Medusa. Malekith is very low. Well, yeah, less than half, so he's quite low. So with the right tools, we can get rid of one more final trance. Should be able to do it. And luckily, Sartorial has Spell Mastery. Gives another 60%, or is it 50%? I don't remember. So it's gonna be doing a lot more. It is 60%. I remember. And there it is, another final trance. Ooh, it's so beautiful, and he's trying to jump on top of Sartorial, who's on the Medusa and the War Hydra. Perfect. Thank you for all that value. Oh my goodness. See, folks, if you ever get hit with final trance, good Doombolt though. That shit almost killed Sartorial. See, it does way more damage if you're on the ground than in the air, because yeah, most of it will either like slide right through the unit or yeah, partially touch him. Oh, and I'm just on top of this player, Dr. Krumpenstein. Yeah, I was really expecting it to be nothing but a Dark Elf Tide, where it's just a bunch of Bleak Swords and Dread Spears, and then nothing but Black Ark Corsairs in the back. Probably repeater crossbows too. But no, my opponent, I give him credit for trying something different. Even though they still brought Doombolt. And for those who don't know, don't watch Human Boy or any of the other channels. Doombolt is disgustingly gross. It is banned in tournaments for good reason. But here on the here on the ladder, anything goes. It's the Wild West. Armored Chaos Trolls dealing with the War Hydra, and they should be able to deal with the War Hydra. Both have regeneration, but honestly, the Armored Chaos Trolls have better stats, which is nuts. And cheaper too, at 900 gold. I think the War Hydra's like what, 1200, 1400, somewhere like that. Still dog shit. And it's losing already. Look at that leadership drop. If I just rear charge, I probably could have gotten rid of it and sent it packing. I need to pay attention to things like that. I'm gonna fake out that I'm going for the Bloodrack Medusa, and he's probably gonna have, yep, here come the Doom, here come the Cold Wind Knights. But really, we're just trying to get in range for that last final trans on Malekith. Alright, I'll give my opponent props for getting out of there. Problem is, Malekith's just dead. It was overcasted. Yeah, just done. No caster, no lord. And it's just clean up after this. Oddly enough, did the spell actually stick around after he died? That's interesting. It hit the chariots too, so it must just be tied to the body, because usually when a spell, usually with whatever a targeting spell hits, the unit fades and has a continuous effect, it just goes. But I think, is that new with the update? I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah, the War Hydra's getting its butt kicked by the Armored Chaos Trolls, and honestly, Armored Chaos Trolls are pretty trash. Good Doombolt. The only way he's getting back in this game right now is if he kills Sartorial and just flips it on me. Although he is pretty tattered. He's only got, what, crossbows, some weakened, everything else. Bleak Swords. No, those are witches, I think. So it's just a Slaughter or Witch Elves, one of the two. War Hydra that's running, and some Bleaks. I don't think those are Bleaks. Doesn't matter. Game's over. Cheat sheets. Sorry to my opponent. You did play well enough. I was actually scared. It's Dark Elves. It's Doombolts. But with Sartorial, I figured I could dodge it, because even a Lord of Change is able to dodge a Doombolt relatively okay if they stay in the air. So I just had to be careful with that. Just had to be careful. Doombolt can cut Lord of Change in half and two-shot most Lords. I think they have to have like 55k or less HP and they get two-shotted from an overcast. So yeah, it can be brutal. It can be brutal. I know you're looking at the times, you're like, oh my goodness, are you going to end it soon? Well, we are going to end it. We're going to end this fight, and we're going to go on the next one, because I got another good little WoC game for you. Totally different, but a little bit of the same against Bretonia. I think you guys will like it, so please stick around. Just give it a few seconds as you look over the value. And yeah. And here we go. Alright. This is also on the ladder here. Bloody Skull. Bloody Skull, I was doing a little testing with the Knights of Immolation. I really wanted to get used to him because I played against Anticity and he absolutely creamed me with fucking... with the Doom Knights. And I was like, how the hell are these things... Because I sent Rot Knights into him. I was like, okay, Rot Knight should be able to beat him. Nope. 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 Matter of fact, this is why they're so good. Aerial charging units. Even though Doom Knights aren't like mainly AP, they still have good enough AP and anti-large to be threat. A legitimate threat. You'll see why. Brought the Slaughter Guard because Bretonia can't deal with them in any way. That's why my opponent summoned his good old trebuchets. Like, it's gonna take a while for Slaughter Guard to go, and even if they don't get into engagement, like, even if he tries to charge into him and, like, throw some garbage on top of them, they're still pretty damn strong. They'll still deal some damage. Although, I'm considering Sever Claw over them, but I don't know. I don't know yet. We have a Marauder Horseman Corps to just, you know, throw javelins and then go grab objectives. And yeah, look at those Hippogriff Knights. I'm surprised my opponent doesn't have a caster, healing caster. My opponent really should have, because this would have actually been in his favor, for sure. But this big blob, oh yeah, Sartorial loves that, especially if we get the Iraka inevitability going on. It's perfect. Slaughter Guard are doing what they say on the tin, slaughtering. And these are Grail Guardians, so they're not cheap either. Jeez, just absolutely kill everything. Thanks, Garbrand, for that tip. Slaughter Guard are insanely good. My Knights are taking a beating, but Final Trans flip this real quick. Sartorial's really good. I hate Final Transmutation. I hate the spell. I especially hate it when I'm using it and being used against. I just hate it. It is such an annoying spell. Like, there's not much you can do for it. But you only get 3 uses if you overcast. And you only get 5 if you undercast it. So it's usually better to overcast 3 times. Unless you want, like, a few Syrian Dooms on top. But I didn't bring Syrian Dooms, so... At least I don't think I did. And yeah, he's trying to pelt now my Marauder Horsemen, who are actually doing pretty decent damage into the Grail Guardians. And now we're just bullying out Barrack. And at this point, the 2 Royal Hippogriffs are pretty much gone. It's just out Barrack, so this is pretty much GG right here. So yeah. I'm gonna end it here pretty soon. But yeah, the Doom Knights... Give out the Doom Knights a try. Triple Doom Knights is actually a legitimate threat with Sartorial. It depends on the build, it depends on the faction. No, it depends on the faction, really, that you're going up against. Like, against Royal Hippogriffs with healing, I think, still beat them because they have AP, and if they get the charge off first, probably. But Final Trans is like the ultimate equalizer. Especially if you're trying to charge a blob. And all you have to do, instead of putting on the Lord, you just put on one of the Hippogriff Knights and say goodbye. One that didn't get healed recently, but with like a regrowth or something. Goodbye, Alberic. So yeah, give it a try. It's really nasty. It's not as easy as it looks. It's easy if you don't have your micro down, if you don't understand the mechanics of the games, you know, how spacing and getting trapped inside enemy models, then you're gonna have a hard time getting the value out of these units. So just cycle charge them, final trans them, pick your moments, and yeah, you'll pretty much do some nonsense like this. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please like, sub, follow me here on YouTube. We're on the road to 2,000. Come join me when we have our streams and host tournaments over on Total Tavern. That's Turn's channel. And yeah, y'all have a good one. Peace, and goodbye for now.